Been waiting for the puffiness to disappear.
We were worried about you.
Well, I just cried and cried, and then I finally realized what I'd been crying about. It wasn't about me, and it wasn't about Jamie. It was about George. And I cried enough for George when he died, so I decided to rejoin the living. More important than passing your damn course. So you, sir, can kiss my ass. Oh, thank goodness I have been worried sick. Do you realize it's almost 2 in the morning? I've never been in a place like this. Are these all real cowboys?
Of course, Go.
And it happened during a big rainstorm.
Rain.
Yeah. Which caused a mighty flood that covered all the land.
Oh, come on. Blanche, nobody in his right mind is going to believe this story.
This is going to St. Olaf.
Which caused a mighty flood. He took off the goofy head. He took off the goofy head. See? That's not so bad.
Just a little lover's quarrel. Please go on with the party. I better see what's wrong. Care to dance?
Love to.
Believe it? She's been dancing with him for the last half hour.
Don't let it get to you, pussycat.
Oh, thanks, Mom.
All your whining is lousing up the happiest day of my life.
Of course, there's some things I don't understand, like poverty. And the spokesmodel category on Star Search. But then again, you work your wonders in mysterious ways. A couple of years ago, on a night like this, I would have frozen to death because I was by myself.
All that much. I'm just gonna put it on and take it off. Then put it on and come home and take it off again.
Dorothy, great news. Gladys Goldfine called. She's taking me to see Tony Bennett.
Oh, Sophia, that's terrific.
Tell me about it. I won't have to spend that evening with Dorothy.
He's crying out with pain and making the most spectacular comeback since Dennis Hopper.
Are you all right, Sophia?
Of course I'm all right. It's just that halfway to the contest I realized I forgot the wine.
For your muscles, marinara?
No, for me. I always drink wine during cooking contests and my sister Sam.
Green team makes a miraculous comeback and wins the game. Oh, Blue team, we don't want you to go away empty-handed. You have $400, that's $100 apiece, and you have the home version of Grab That Dough, which attaches to any vacuum cleaner. Thank you for being with us.
Crab is shy about meeting someone through the personals. Oh, he and I have so much in common. We both love all dairy foods, and we both requested to stand next to Bert Parks in Hands Across America. I think he sounds very nice.
Are you going to go out with him?
Oh, I could never go out with him. That was just an experiment. Well, I know he wants to get remarried, and our relationship is getting much more serious, and he just asked me to dinner to talk about something important. Believe me, he's going to ask me to marry him.
And how do you feel about that?
I don't know. I like him a lot, but...
At 10 o'clock.
I don't know what you just did, but you'd make one hell of a yodeler.
Blanche, Rose? Oh, hello.
Dorothy, I'm glad you're here. There's something I want to ask.
This one's right.
And how do you tell, Dorothy?
Will you smell the tip of it? It's an old Sicilian method my mother taught me.
Oh, Dorothy, dear. The best way to tell if a melon is ripe is southern. You thump it.
Well, actually, Roomies, I have the best method, the farm method. It works every time. Hiring a new production assistant. Could I apply for that job? I'm a big fan of yours, and I respect your work. I know I'd be terrific.
Oh, I'm sorry, but I'm afraid you're just not the right type. The job requires someone with great energy and drive, and quite frankly, someone of your advanced age.
Wait a minute.
Rose can hear us, and if we act like it's over, she will too. Don't worry, kiddo. We're all here. You're gonna be fine. Dorothy is here. Blanche is here. She wants you to get out of the bed so she can use it. There's a cute doctor she's got her eye on.
Now I lay me down to sleep. You know, I'd almost forgotten about that night.
With all of us cramped into that bed, I had to sleep in positions I never thought possible.
Me too.
Now, believe me, you'll be better off once I put you out of your misery. I have never killed another living thing in my entire life. All right, a bug. Yes, I have killed bugs, but they don't count.
I know what you're going to say, Dorothy. You can't stand to see me go, but I've made up my mind.
Rose, listen.
Now you're going to tell me I'll miss you. God, how I'll miss you.
Rose, you have to listen to me.
You know, Rosie, you're thinking, I sure could use one last St. Olaf story before you leave. And then I'd ask, shall I go out there and do it? Did you know that my sister Lily still holds the record at our high school for the 100-yard dash? She served 3 terms on the city council, and she was the first woman in St. Olaf's to ever have a pilot's license.
Oh, really? Well, we have something in common, Lily. I was the first woman in my hometown ever to have a pilot.
I'm Jacques Decourville, manager of the Wrestling Palms and reigning out in Limbo King.
Oh, please, come in.
All right, I'm in, so talk to me, ladies. What's the problem here?
Well, to begin with, Mr. de Corvilla, in here it says that every room in the hotel has an ocean view. Now, where is ours?
Come here, get up. Here, over here. Stick it.
Until 9 months later, when the baby came, then I figured out that we had. You know, that was my only proof.
I waited till my wedding night.
No.
Yes.
And? I call her a tramp.
What?
You heard me, tramp. Tramp, tramp, tramp.
Dorothy, we have always had our differences, but I don't think you've ever said anything so vicious or so cruel. I don't believe I'll ever be able to speak to you again.
Talk to me, too.
Oh, thanks, Blanche, but it really involves Dorothy's friend.
We're going. What a shame if I die now. I'm too young. And I'm wearing the wrong underwear.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just me. I had to get in quickly because when I...
Oh, you won't.
Oh, no. I owe you one.
Girls, what's the difference? The important thing is we're all friends again.
Maybe you're all friends again, but not me. I don't forgive, I don't forget, and I'm prone to growing moles. I can't help it, I'm Italian.
Oh, Sophia, that smells heavenly. Is it Chef Boyardee?
Stick it in my heart, Rose, it'll hurt less.
Oh, girls, I cannot believe how extravagant I've been. It cost too much money, but when I saw it in the window, I had to have it.
What?
Look at this.
You're kidding.
Please, there's a natural build to these kind of stories.
Sorry.
So, finally, the race was underway. I start off slow. I'm cagey, like a panther. But when the time is right, I pounce. The crowd is on its feet. Sophia, to say.
Well, after commenting that I am the most spectacular specimen of the female anatomy he has seen since Miss Julie Newmar, he said I have a back problem.
Thank God you went to a specialist.
He said no physical activity for a week. I have to wear a corset and stay on my back with my legs elevated.
That's the same thing you did last Saturday.
Dorothy, you're not moving. It reminds me of our wedding night.
Sally, I don't want to dance with you.
Dorothy, please, this is really important. Today, Ted called the airline and booked 2 seats for Acapulco. What does that mean to you?
That he doesn't have a choice.
Well, hello, big boy. Is that a gun in your pocket, or are you just happy to see me? I wanna be loved.
I'd be able to enjoy it.
True. On the other hand, Beethoven was also deaf, so you'd be hearing the music the way he wrote it. Look at us. You haven't been out of the house in a week, but you can help me. Okay, ready? 1, 2, 3. Frank.
It's not pretty.
We better go. We have reservations.
I hope he's taking you to a cold climate.
Good night. Sit the thanks, ladies. It was a pleasure.
Nice meeting you, Harry. Have fun.
The man is a scuzzball.
Miller dance. It wasn't really the Glenn Miller Orchestra. It was Dick Singleton and the Singletones. Their motto was, if you close your eyes, you think it's Glenn Miller. Believe me, no matter what you did, you knew it was Dick Singleton. Well, we set the play in a barnyard. Luckily, the symphony was out of town at the time.
Can I take it then that you will play Henny Penny?
I'm your chicken.
Great, I'll set the oven for 425.
I mean, she's something of a dog, but she'll do it with anybody.
I was talking about me.
Oh, yeah, you will too.
Rose, I won't go all the way. I'll just get him in the bedroom and put him through the normal warm-ups. And we'll have...
I knew it. I knew she was going to marry him.
But next week.
At our age, long engagements don't make sense. I have to go to bed.
Where will you live?
Blanche, how did it go with the accountants?
Oh, just fine. Hey, while I was in the waiting room, I was reading a magazine that listed the 10 richest men in America. You know, Merv Griffin's moved up a couple of notches.
He probably ate the 2 guys ahead of him.
Anyway, I got good news from my accountant. I'm being audited Tuesday.
Oh, lucky.
To understand the reasons you're doing what you're doing. Can I talk to you? Daddy, when a man reaches your age, why, he might start wondering about who's going to be there to take care of him.
Yes, he does.
Sophia, what's going on?
Nothing. Nothing.
Sophia!
David, that's who. I tell you, that car was there 3 hours ago when I left. Blanche, the man is obviously obsessed with you. And I think he's a little nutty.
Now, look, I've been involved in these fatal attractions before. I can handle this. I'll just go out there and...
Necessary.
That's my line.
Hi, I'd like to order the Zborny.
Rose, will you hang that up?
Times 500,000. Stan!
You're rich.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
I know I called you a yutz in the past, but what I didn't tell you is that in
You or anybody else. And the sooner you realize that, Rose, the happier we'll all be. Come on, Blanche. Come on. Rehearse what? You're a non-speaking townsperson.
We added a small stunt where Blanche gets tossed to the floor. Watch.
Well, I think I'm getting the hang of that, Patrick. I think I'll just go out in the backyard now and practice it on the lawn.
Patrick, what is...
After that, Ingrid died in childbirth.
You know the story?
Oh, yes. Late one night, a basket was left at the local orphanage containing hickory smoked cheese, spicy beef sticks, a baby, and some kind of crackers that didn't go with anything.
Yeah, except for one thing. Dreyfus came home this afternoon.
Holy cow.
Well, don't worry, just take that dog back to the pet shop.
I can't. The pet shop's closed till Monday.
I think you better take a sedative before you look.
Don't be silly. I look at my face all the time. How different could it be leaning over? Oh, my God! Oh, my God, Dorothy, why didn't you tell me about this before?
Only on your back, Blanche. That way, everything's Tom Gallagher. Blanche, you're too good for him.
Dorothy, I will never understand what it is you have against Tom Gallagher.
He is a shallow, insensitive snob who stands you up constantly.
Dorothy, there happens to be another side to Tom Gallagher that most people don't see.
What is it?
I don't know. I'm one of those people.
Isn't this a bit sudden? Odd and a bit sudden?
No, I've been doing it for years at children's hospitals. It's been the one bright spot in my life. That and you. Dorothy, I've been lawyering 70 hours a week since I was 25. Can change him.
I think he was French or something. He was always sneering and he wore a beret.
We were never allowed to wear berets when I was in high school. It was against the St. Olaf dress code. They did let me wear a paper cap a lot. It was long and pointy.
Guilty?
Oh, Dorothy, good God. You were cleaning out the garage and you asked Sophia to move a sofa?
Don't start with me.
I mean, she is 84 years old and you're asking her to do the work of two men?
It was wicker, all right?
And the lazy boy?
Blanche Lee.
Good morning.
Ah, how was your date last night?
Oh, it's too soon to tell. I'll let you know when I send him home. Is this for Rose's birthday?
Oh, now look, don't you start with me. Every Christmas, every birthday, anytime we have to give a gift to the same person.
Curtis Borgnine.
I just fixed a special treat for David. It's the same little after-school snack I used to make for my own son. A triple-decker BLT, a hearty helping of homemade potato salad, and a great big slice of double chocolate fudge cake.
Oh, where was he going after school? The electric chair?
You're there or not. I don't want to die alone. Please, help me.
Going.
It's my day to volunteer at the hospital.
Oh, Sophia, you know it's really sweet of you to volunteer.
I like charity work. Besides, I got my eye on an eligible doctor for Dorothy. I hope he likes charitable work, too.
Listen, Dorothy, I'm going to an art show tomorrow night. I always... Gentlemen, if you'll just excuse us for a moment. Oh, ladies, I think we must do this. Now, it's our duty as American citizens.
Oh, I don't know. Two policemen living in our house.
Well, what's there to be afraid of, Dorothy? Once you strip away the gruff exterior, the badge, the gun, the uniform.
You've got...
Listen, Rose, I'm having a little get-together over at my place tomorrow night. Someone I work with is retiring. I was hoping you'd come.
Oh, well, I'd love it.
Around 8, then? Oh, good. Well, good night, ladies.
Nice meeting you.
Come back and
Miles.
see us sometime.
Good night, Rose.
Hi, Ma.
My God, did you bust out? Don't worry. I know what to do. We'll get your phony license and birth certificate. I know a good plastic surgeon. By tomorrow morning, you can be Raul Julia.
No, I didn't bust out. The exterminator came this morning, and the building inspector said we could leave. So, at 2, Judas.
No, it's me, Rose. I'm just wearing my hair. So you two found out about this thing too, huh?
That's right.
Well, let me give you a little friendly advice. You're wasting your time. Because that fat ice cream.
My gosh, you're right. That is the best thing I have ever tasted.
Oh, this is delicious.
Come in.
Bobby, here's those extra towels you asked for, hon.
Thanks, Blanche.
You're welcome.
Listen, Blanche, before I forget, I want to thank you for everything you've done the past few days.
You don't have to thank me for anything. Actually, I kind of enjoyed doing it. You remind me a lot of my son, Matthew, except he doesn't carry a gun.
Out if the Canterbury Tales is going to come up in a huddle.
I agree, Dorothy. Saturday's game was a big one. And speaking as a former cheerleader and ex-bad girl in a health film, I can tell you the importance of school-sanctioned extracurricular activities.
Now, look, I want you both.
Can't believe one stupid mistake on my part could undo all of that.
Believe it. It was one hell of a stupid mistake.
Well, was I the first guy to ever go through a midlife crisis and react that way?
Probably not. But you were the first one I was married to.
Dorothy, hear me out. I know what you're thinking.
Then be caught in public with me. And maybe he's right. Maybe I do look awful. But think about this. I still look better than either one of you.
And so, after I threw up, I passed out in this tattoo parlor, right?
I was happy to see you here tonight, Rose. I was starting to wonder how you felt about me. Rose, is there something wrong? You've hardly said a word.
Pop's been dead 27 years.
What's your point?
What are you saying?
Isn't it obvious, Dorothy? She showered with a dead man for 5 years.
Rose, what did you want?
I got 2 tickets to the hottest Norwegian musical in town.
Rose, you've really two book is missing? If you had a car phone, this would all come together.
Dorothy's born like you might show a little compassion.
Catch me on a day when the story's about me.
What's with Rose?
Oh, Rose thinks her car's been stolen.
No, it hasn't. It's parked right outside.
Now, David, clean up this mess and then go to bed.
And why don't you clean up the mess yourself? I mean, what's the big deal? We were just having some fun. You know that those happen to be my friends you just threw out? You know, this really stinks. Well, what am I supposed to do for the next 2 weeks? Just sit around and listen to your arteries?
Great news! I got a date. Well, excuse me for trying to have a life. I'm a sports celebrity.
Be at this hour.
Who do you think? The paparazzi. Now I know why Sean Penn gets so ticked off.
Can I help you?
Hi, I'm here to pick up Emily.
But the child services people said
You prefer homemade.
I also prefer milk straight from a cow. I adapt. This is awful.
No, if you want. Joe Namath, your turn, Rose.
Okay, music history. Here goes. What famous Mozart composition, completed in 1787, is a serenade in G for 2 violins, viola, cello, and double bass in 4
Yeah. Which number 3?
Witch? He cast me as a witch? Well, who got Lady Macbeth? Don't tell me. Probably one of those little theater groupies with a mattress strapped to.
My, sir, I do believe you're jealous.
You know, normally I hate it when people tweak my nose, but at least you're touching me. Look, are you seeing somebody else?
My mom of adopt Lily and visit her often. I'm gonna need rides.
Oh, you can count on us,
Oh, we
sweetheart.
sure can.
Absolutely. Now, come on, it's getting late. Let's get dinner. Notice how they seem to follow you wherever you go?
Oh, how they get over the slightest little thing.
And?
And Dr. Worrywart wants me to check into the hospital for more tests.
Dorothy, have you been fooling around with my Tip O'Neill calendar?
No, Ma, I haven't.
Come on! I'm missing March. It's the month where he's playing volleyball with Jesse Helm.
I'm gonna be happy for you.
No, you know, I'm really excited about this. We're doing Henny Penny. You know, help, help, the sky is falling.
Oh, that was never one of my favorites. There's no prince in it. I like a fairy tale with a nice prince in it. A handsome prince with a big old codpiece and deep dark eyes.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm just so darn angry. My name's Blanche.
John Quinn.
Howdy do.
I don't know about you, but I sure feel too old to be stood up.
Well, you're not the only one. This is the 4th time that man is canceled. He just found somebody better, that's all.
Oh, Blanche.
Yes, he did. Somebody younger and prettier.
Blanche, it can't be.
Well, Richmond Street.
Oh, what's the matter?
Oh, Dorothy, thank God it's you. I broke my glasses at the mall and I can't see a thing. It took me 6 hours to find my way home.
Ma, if you couldn't see, why didn't you call me to come get you?
I tried to, but every time I put in a dime and dialed, a condom popped out.
Her mother was a slut, too.
Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sure we all join his son, his daughter, and his new bride, Candy, in wishing many returns of the day to our friend and patron for 40...
Dorothy? Dorothy?
Oh, good. I think she's waking up.
Oh, honey, come on, sweetie.
Here, darling.
Are you all right?
Oh.
Here.
Oh, I'm fine, Rose. Oh, that was strange. I've never fainted before.
Me neither. What does it feel like after you...
One thing that matters in a marriage, and that's if 2 people love each other.
Yeah, well, this is different.
What makes it different?
What makes it different is that you're my son, and I don't want to see you make a big mistake.
Oh, so you're saying you think this is a big mistake?
I'm not sure what I'm saying.
For someone who's not sure what she's saying, you're certainly saying a hell of a lot.
Listen, Michael...
You know, Ma, I'm beginning to think the big mistake...
You start again.
I don't know. I've just been under a lot of stress lately. My job, Ma, getting married.
You're growing older. You don't go out much. Your chin is starting to droop.
You know, since I've already had the cigarette, why don't you just blindfold me and shoot me?
I put my head between my knees.
No, that's for nausea.
When I'm scared, I'm nauseous. You remember what happened when that man tried to steal my purse?
Worked better than Mace. Honey, I'm sure there's nothing to worry about.
Well, anyway, all the same, I better get busy writing down my act. Oh, I'm talking about baby. I never should have let that filthy barnyard beast in my house in the first place. He ruins my clothes, smells up the whole house, and he likes to watch me take a shower.
He's a pig. There's no accounting for taste.
Okay, do me first. One thing I know for sure, I have not lost my hourglass figure.
But it looks like somebody poured about 90 minutes of extra sand in the glass.
You're just jealous of me, Dorothy. You know it, I know it, and Rose knows it, don't you, Rose?
It's neat the way the tape's a different color.
Rose, are any of your relatives named Psycho and Psycho too?
Anyway, Big Sven picked out a bride for Little Sven, and now he's flying him over.
Oh, I don't know. It did seem so unfair to me, an arranged marriage.
Oh, I don't know, Dorothy. I think it can be fun. George and I had that kind of... Girls, I've got big news. I found something Melissa and I can do together. I have entered her in the Little Miss Miami pageant, and we're a cinch to win, aren't we? Hit it, sweetheart.
Hi, my name's Melissa, and I'm 5 years old.
That's a man, and you're a man. You're both men. Clayton, you're that thing that everyone said Olga Larson's nephew was, because he wore paisley clogs and gave out puff pastry.
Remember? And I was wearing that blue sequin dress. Will you quit complaining, Marty? It's going to be fun.
You said we were going dancing tonight. You failed to mention it was a dance marathon.
Well, the first prize is $1,000, and I have to have that money. I'm in desperate need of medical attention.
Ribs, great. Why don't you just kick the dentures out of my mouth?
You found an apartment?
Yeah, I went down to the Senior Citizen Center this morning for the early bird special. You know, decaf coffee, sodium-free bacon, and a chest x-ray. On the bulletin board, I saw some advertisements for roommates. So I picked out a few places, and I found one I liked.
But isn't that wonderful?
Yeah, my new roommate will be here.
I don't care what Dorothy says. Any man who doesn't pick a lady up at her home for their date is a jerk. Plain and simple.
Oh, yeah, he's obviously a jerk.
Well, he's taking you to L'Auberge. Jerks love that place. I went there once with the biggest jerk in the whole world. It was right after Charlie died.
Good, then hear this. May you lose the 3 hairs left on your head.
Oh, yeah? Well, may you lose your tweezers so your eyebrows meet to cover the wart in the middle of your forehead.
That's not a wart, that's a beauty mark.
On Sophia Loren, it's a beauty mark. On you and Khrushchev, it's a wart.
Has been nice having you.
Thanks again.
You're welcome. Good luck.
Bye-bye, Emily.
Blanche.
I'm fine.
Well, honey, you didn't really think she could stay with us, did you?
No. She was just my last chance to prove that I could be a good...
Really?
Yes. But never mind about that. Let's talk about you. You look like you lost a little weight, sugar.
I have.
You know, at your age, when you lose weight, your skin just hangs there like leaves on a willow.
I haven't lost that much.
Michael, couldn't you have tried to make it work before you just walked away?
Oh, I tried. God knows I tried. But Ma, she didn't understand who I am. She didn't understand I'm a free spirit. And that's why I like to come home. Because you understand me.
You mean it's not...
Leaving you was the toughest thing that I ever did.
Yeah. I was quite a dish back then.
Longest legs of any girl in the village.
Dorothy, let me out of here right now.
There's only one. Thank you very much, Doctor.
Thank you. Well, I guess we have no choice. I'll call my relatives in Minnesota and make arrangements to send baby back to the farm.
Oh, you don't do that.
Well, I'm just as disappointed as you are. No, it's been great having a pig living in the house. But we can't jeopardize baby's health. The doctor...
Blanche. Rose, listen, I think maybe I owe you an apology. When we were having our argument, I may have said some things I didn't mean.
Like when you said I was a dummy?
No. Anyway, the important thing is for us to stay partners and finish our book.
Oh, forget it. There isn't going to be any book.
Now, what are you saying?
Please, come right in. May I take your height? A hat.
Thank you. You must be Dorothy. Rose has told me all about you.
I wish I could say the same. Oh, Blanche, this is Dr. Jonathan Newman.
Well, you can't be serious. You're not in love with me.
Yes, I am, Blanche. I know it's sudden, but I feel it in my heart.
His father is going to kill me. I'm in charge. Nato, my mother left the storm cellar to find Toto. Her constant companion and favorite cow.
Why are we nice to her?
The point is, when Mother went out in the storm, she got quite a bump on her.
Well, what are you doing here?
Blanche, I came here for more than just the music box. It was wonderful to see you after all these years. You are still my little dumpling.
That's all very sweet, but you're not getting the music box. And now, if you will please excuse me.
Prima di incominciare,
Before we begin,
bisogna chiarire un punto.
let's make one thing clear.
Io e solo io sono in controllo.
I am in charge.
Io sono il padrone.
I am the boss.
Io sono il maestro.
I am the master.
Io sono la balena.
I am the walrus.
Woman was in the mirror. I didn't even recognize her.
Who was it?
It was me.
Oh, Rose. Why did we get off that lovely jetliner in Minneapolis and switch to this rickety old thing?
Because the jets are too big to land at St. Gustav.
St. Gustav? I thought we were flying to St. Olaf.
Well, St. Olaf doesn't have an airport. No, the only way you can get to St. Olaf is to fly to St. Gustav and then take land transportation to St. Olaf.
Especially since no matter how old we get, I'll always be the youngest and the prettiest and by far the most desirable.
You know, once again, she had me in her corner right up until the end.
A mug of hot apple cider with a cinnamon stick.
Lady, does this look like Knott's Berry Farm?
Coffee will be fine.
Coffee.
Did I ever tell you girls I met my husband George on Christmas Eve?
Oh, Blanche, how exciting.
Let me tell you just how exciting a Christmas Eve can be. I was home from college on Christmas vacation when my
His nose is dissolved, but it's definitely Fred Flintstone.
They're my vitamins.
Rose, I'm sorry I didn't trust you.
Oh, don't apologize.
But I misjudged you, Rose.
No, you didn't. Here are my pills. I took one last night.
But, Rose, you got... What the hell goes on at night in this house? Look, I know you are both upset, but nothing I have heard is grounds for firing the woman.
Oh, excuse me, ladies. Oh, by the way, Dorothy, a man called wanting to know if you were free Saturday night, but I forgot.
I want you two to pretend you're still married and that we're all living here together.
No, I'm sorry, Sophia. I will not take part in this. The institution of marriage is sacred.
I'll give you $50.
Okay, I'll do it.
Dorothy, it's only for one afternoon. It'll break your uncle's heart if he finds out you're divorced.
Ma, forget it. We're divorced because Stanley... And I love you.
Fine. Now keep your fat mouth shut so I can get some sleep.
Jean thinks she's in love with Rose.
The airports are closed. There's a big hurricane headed this way. They want everyone to stay just where they are.
That means that we could be trapped together for days.
Oh, Jesus! Please protect us and watch over us in this our hour of need.
Amen.
I'm paying my daughter a visit.
For Mother's Day? Me too. Oh, not just my daughter. All of my children. They chipped in and paid for my trip from Miami. They figured it'd be cheaper for me to come here than for all of them to fly there.
They figured that out?
Here, I've got to get to Miles.
Boy, it must be pouring.
sense of humor. Does it bother you that I gain weight?
Oh, I'm just so glad to have you back again. Listen, let's go and I'll show you where you'll be staying so you can unpack your things.
Now I understand why she's sleeping in Blanche's bed. We know it can support the weight of an average female and 2 Venezuelan soccer players.
At 8:05. Excuse me.
Hello? Oh, Helgi. So what's going on in St. Olaf? I can't
Oh, men are so lucky. They never get periods in the first place, so they never have to stop getting them, so they don't have to go through any of this.
They blame us for being crazy when we get them and crazy when we don't.
I remember the first time I got my period. Nobody had told me anything about it. Boy, was I surprised.
You mean your mother didn't tell you?
My mother was very prim and proper.
But did you see them? Some of those people stayed in front of that TV for 8 straight hours. Of course, throw in a bag of cheese corn, I just described your Saturday nights.
Ma, Mr. Porter had them resting, which is something you might want to try.
And make it better. I'm going to tell my boss off.
That's not quite what I got out of it, Sophia. I thought you were trying to tell me to dump my cheating boyfriend because there's lots of pepperoni in the sea.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was trying to tell you.
Thank you, Sophia.
How about you, Dorothy? Did I help you with your problem?
Sure did, Ma. Did you hear that? So happy.
Now I have to go to the bathroom again. You know, when I get nervous, I have to go all the time. That's why I'm getting married here at the house. Public bathrooms are so difficult for me. I wash my hands so thoroughly, and then I find it so hard to get out.
What happened with the research and development deal?
Yeah, that was just me trying to get some extra cash to tide me through the holidays.
You mean you were going to cheat us?
Oh, sure, if you want to label everything.
Stan, how could you?
What did you want me to tell you, Dorothy? That I was broke? That I miscalculated the public taste? I thought I was going to go through the roof with my...
You don't know how to do it.
Oh, no, I know how to do it.
Thank goodness.
But there's just one little problem. I need a 10-gallon copper pot, 7 feet of aluminum tubing, and a big roll of cheesecloth.
Why didn't you mention this while you were bossing everybody around, Miss Pioneer Dope?
Things were going so...
And I missed out on a lot of things because of that fear. Then, one day...
No, don't tell me. You met a handsome pilot. He invited you into the cockpit. Of course, you said yes, as you usually do in these stories. The two of you made passionate love, and now you cannot get enough of the friendly skies.
No, that's not what happened.
Did you hear that, Dorothy? Surprise parties make Blanche want to throw up.
Honey, why don't you go and take that bath, and we'll just forget the fact that, that today is really your birthday.
Well, I don't see how anybody can hate birthdays.
Understand anymore? You don't even like him. You practically begged me to go out with him to get him off your back. Now you're angry because I didn't have a terrible time? Why do you care?
Oh, I don't know. I just know I'm terribly upset because I'm letting this get me terribly upset. Oh, Blanche, I'm sorry.
Oh, that's all right. Oh. Listen, last night...
All that stuff I said about preparing for a burial, forget it.
Oh, Ma, you finally came to your senses.
Yes.
But in July, we got picked up, and I went in and I talked to, I guess it was you and Tony Thomas. And I said, okay, guys, I know I'm not supposed to do this with a Southern accent. I've got an idea. How about Mae West? And I remember you said, not
Sajak off Wheel of Fortune.
Well, that's because he has his own late-night talk show now.
Oh, yeah, right. The man spins a big wooden wheel for 8 years. Suddenly, he's discussing détente with Henry Kissinger. What else happened lately? Mike Tyson hosting Masterpiece Theater? Let me keep my room, and I have an interview with McDonald's today. If I can see over the counter, I'm their new fry girl.
Rose,
What happened?
My brakes went out, and the car wouldn't stop.
Oh.
My whole life flashed before my eyes, and the Neuterflocken twins played a big...
Then Renee calls up and says she's got herself an agent.
Oh, nice.
Not nice, Oliver. She's been in New York 6 days. Now she's got an agent who says she's perfect for commercials. And who knows what the hell she's going to do.
Wouldn't it be funny?
Thing like this, Rose. Ma, I think it's time that you explained all this nonsense about getting married.
It's not nonsense.
And we're gonna do it right away.
Look, Dorothy, I know that you'll probably find it hard to understand.
Mom, I think we should talk.
Oh, why don't we just forget about it?
I don't want to forget about it.
Okay, then I forgive you. I know it wasn't your fault.
Mom, you've got to stop pretending I'm some kind of perfect angel. I'm not. I make mistakes. And what I did the other night was one of them.
Yeah, now you just settle down. You hear me? Settle down.
Ooh, don't make me do this, Dorothy. This ball feels like it weighs about 100 pounds.
Honey, I sympathize with you. I mean, anyone who has ever competed understands what you're going through. So listen, sweetheart, if you don't feel like bowling, you don't have to.
Oh, good.
You just hold on.
And if you are indeed my friend, you will forget about it too. And never bring the sordid subject up again.
I know, I'm going to give her a party.
You know, I actually feel sorry for Blanche. Don't you, Ma?
Who's Ma?
And he had a pig named Brunhilde, and she won all the blue ribbons at all the county fairs. Well, Niels also had a daughter named Fricka, and she won red ribbons, usually as runner-up to the pig.
Does this story have a point?
You asked that at just the right time. Anyway.
Should these be lower?
All right, this is it. Now, don't forget, you've got something he wants.
Yeah. What?
Don't worry, it'll all come back to you. Take your glasses off. And you know, it's a good idea.
I couldn't do that anymore.
Today's a special day. She makes it, it twirls around, and droplets go all over. It's so fun.
Well, what do you think of Maggie?
Does it matter?
Well, of course it does.
All right, then I'll be frank. I think she's a gold-digging hussy.
Well, that's what the fight was about.
My father offered a dowry, and Charlie wouldn't take it.
Oh, maybe that's because he knew eventually those beans would stop jumping.
Or maybe he just loved me. Beans. I'll have you know it was the...
What a shame if I die now. I'm too young. And I'm wearing the wrong underwear.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's just me. I had to get in quickly, because when I... Maybe we'd better have another one of our talks with Marguerite.
Look, I think we've had enough talks. It's time we did something about this.
Oh, Dorothy, you don't think we ought to fire her?
Look, Marguerite is a lovely person. She just cannot do the job.
I hate to admit it, but you're right. We had a similar situation.
A fat man.
Well, good night, Blanche.
Well, what's your hurry? Why don't you come in for a nightcap?
Oh, I don't want to put you out.
Oh, I like to put out.
She has a debilitating disease.
And it has a name. I am thrilled.
We all are.
Well, of course. Congratulations. Champagne it is.
I can't tell you what a relief it is to just be sick, not... Oh, poor Blanche.
Blanche, I know you need some time to think it over.
You're damn right I do. We're talking about a vital organ in my body here.
I know.
You gonna give it to her or not?
Do now.
You want to see pictures of my late wife?
I thought you'd never ask. I brought some of my husband's salve.
be a decent, honest person. You think maybe you could just love me for that?
I already do.
Then you forgive me?
Of course I forgive you. But I'll tell you, if you ever pull it...
I would very much like to see my old bedroom. It's room 7. Oh, please, we came all the way from Miami.
Okay, but you better be quick about it. We're gonna blow this place up in 2 hours. I get to push the plunger because it's my birthday.
Well, happy birthday. Thanks.
You hook these things to your muscles, they give out an electric charge and help get rid of unwanted fat deposits.
Does it come in a hat?
Where's Blanche?
Oh, she's out on a date with Simon. It's her first time out, so...
How old do you think you are, mister? It's time for lights out.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Good night.
Good night.
Word means to a person in despair?
That is your gift, Rose, and I wouldn't take it lightly.
You're just saying that. I haven't added anything to the world.
Look, Rose, God doesn't make mistakes. We were all put on this planet for a purpose. Blanche, you're here to work in a museum so that...
It's such a nice young man.
Oh, he really is. But I'm worried about him. He's always been a little flighty.
Oh, I wouldn't worry about that. Grandma Hollingsworth always said I was a little flighty. Or was it a little floozy?
Morning, everyone.
Oh, hi, Rose. You want some breakfast?
Oh, no. No, I mean right here.
Oh, my God! My backside is spread all across the front page. How could they do that?
they probably used a wide-angle lens.
If I'd known I was being photographed, I would think. I don't get it.
Neither does Rose.
You mean you've been seeing him for over a month and you two haven't done it?
He hasn't made one move. Of course, there was the time we were out to dinner, and I thought he was coming on a little strong all of a sudden.
Harry, he used to walk to school with me every day on a little leash I made out of kite string. Well, one day we were about to cross the bridge down near the schoolhouse, and Larry stopped dead in his tracks. No matter how I yanked on that leash, he just wouldn't move. Suddenly, I heard this loud noise.
So nice to see you again.
Oh, it's a pleasure. Now, you two can get reacquainted on the way. These are your tickets for the concert in the park. It starts in 15 minutes, so you better hurry up now. Bye. Have a good time.
Bye.
Good night. I was never any good at blind dating. I always felt so awkward.
Oh, Dorothy, I have a surefire.
That's exactly what she said when that shoe salesman took Polaroids of her in the back seat of his Volare.
Oh, morning, Ma. Good morning, Pussy. And everyone at the bank went along with it.
And I wondered how the two of you got together to start a business. Let me know when Blanche comes in.
Are you two talking again?
Just long enough to give her a piece of my mind.
Do you think Dorothy's upset because she thinks Blanche is sleeping with Stan?
Could be.
Or is it because she thinks she's lying when she says she isn't?
Be sorry, we're just so happy you're feeling better.
I've never been afraid of dying. That's because I'm not going to stay dead. I'm going to get frozen. And I need your solemn promises that you'll have your heads frozen, too.
Oh, excuse me. We're here to pick up our friend. Are they doing...
And I want you to know that poor, sick, helpless pig in there appreciates what you're doing, too. I'm going to look in on Baby. You're the best friends I've ever had in my life.
I feel terrible.
I feel miserable.
Let's go shopping.
And at the information desk was this huge train schedule. And next to every departure, it said Destination Heaven. My first thought was, gee, what a great title for a movie. My second thought was, damn, I'm dead.
Hey, we're all artists. We're all misunderstood. He cut off his hair. Maybe I'll cut off mine.
He cut off his ear.
I have too many earrings.
We gotta go. I hate to leave. I've never seen a show like this before.
Oh, Miles, I don't know what you're so worried about. Rose is a wonderful woman. She's so loving and caring. All right, so she's not perfect, so she has a few faults.
Like what?
She's maddening. St. Olaf stories, sock puppets. And she's so cheerful.
Girls, I dropped off the folder, talked for 2 hours, helped him pick out his tie sock hanky combo, and came home. Now, nothing else happened. I swear. Okay?
Okay.
Okay. Now, how are we going to help him get out of this?
Okay. How about when you were unmarried and pregnant?
I remember your exact words. Get out of my house, you're dead, I have no daughter named Dorothy.
Sure, in that tone of voice, it sounds bad. But I'm supporting you now. Didn't I come here to live with you in your twilight years?
Ma, these are your twilight years. Not so terrific.
3 cakes.
Yeah. Rose had planned a surprise birthday party for me. You were still living at Shady Pines.
You mean the home? Say it, Dorothy, the home.
Anyway, Rose had planned the surprise birthday party for me. Oh, I'll never forget it. I've never had such a surprise.
You mean to lose all our money?
Yes.
That's the most touching thing I've ever heard. I don't know what to say.
I do. Fat chance, Grandpa.
I think I'd continue seeing him. Blanche Devereaux has never shared a man.
Or a pizza.
And what does that mean, you wrinkled old crow?
It means Fidel is interested in more than just a cheap thrill. He also wants a mind.
Oh, yeah? Well, we'll see about that.
You're on, baby. I raised you to have respect for yourself, not be somebody's floozy.
Well, it's the reason I'm here.
I knew it. I knew you had a reason. Better be a good one.
I'm dying.
What?
I'm dying.
Dorothy, forgive me, but I gotta speak. Sometimes it's harder to close the door than to open a window.
Oh, that's very wise, Uncle Angela.
Broke her hip, fell through the shower doors, hit her head against the sink, got a concussion, and swallowed her dentures. To hear her complaining, you think no one else had problems. I took some of her cookies. You hungry?
No, I'm too upset to eat.
Honey, they're doing everything they can.
Oh, I...
For your reservations to the banquet.
Oh, thanks, Pa.
She was very disappointed you all aren't coming, and I think it's because one of you won the big award.
You mean the best friend of the Friends of Good Health Award?
Yeah.
Why? What'd she say?
It wasn't what she said, it was what she didn't say.
What didn't she say?
How the hell do I know?
What's her hurry?
Didn't you see that enormous thing in her bedroom?
I thought she'd stopped seeing Roger.
How do I look? Not bad. You got another date with Captain Marvelous?
Mr. Terrific. I can see you didn't read many comic books when...
Why don't you find me attractive?
Are you kidding? Blanche, you're one of the most attractive women I've ever met.
But 5 dates. 5 dates. You haven't laid a finger on me. You haven't tried to sleep with me once.
Sleep with you on the 5th date? Boy, talk about your fast track in the 90s.
Was about getting married?
Yes.
Or that I'm not used to being with a beautiful woman like you?
Yes.
Or that I'm just a naive, inexperienced man?
Yes.
No. It's none of those things, Blanche. It's because
Good morning, pussycat.
Huh? What's so pussycat about it? Do you have any idea of how furious I am with you? All these years, I have given up things so that you could have a decent life. No, Ma, I don't need new shoes. I want you to play bingo. No, Ma, I don't need that vacation. You need... Just think about it. Who would you rather live with, your sister or a goat?
Give me a minute. All right, I'll do it.
Wonderful, wonderful.
While you're in Sicily getting your things in order, we'll be looking for a place for you to live.
Well, wait a minute. Why should she have to make 2 trips? We can send for her things.
Maybe it sounds strange, but without Charlie, I thought that part of my life was over. I never gave it a second thought.
Until now? Then I think you should go on the cruise. Honey, if the situation is right, you'll know it.
But I'm not sure.
Friends, we're here to listen. I mean, we've all spoken at one time or another about a sexual problem.
Not me.
It's not your fault, and it's not Ernie's. I mean, we've all been with a man who couldn't perform.
Not me.
The reason they were so expensive was he had used all imported meats and cheeses.
You know, that story still tickles me just as much as the first time Charlie told it to me.
It just amazes me how much you know about my life with Charlie.
Rose.
Publish a novel.
I think it's all right with Blanche if you stay here. You can have my room. I'll sleep with Ma.
Oh, good. At least now when I wake up in the middle of the night screaming, I'll have a reason.
Can't you put yourself in my position?
Apparently, I'm not limber enough.
That was good.
Blanche, I know what happened between